When a citizen asks a question, a hospital analyzes patient records, or a manufacturer optimizes a supply chain using a global AI platform, it feels like a simple, closed transaction. But every prompt fed into these global systems is a quiet extraction. Crucial national data is exported and processed on servers thousands of miles away. This creates a condition of cultural subordination. And artificial intelligence is a mirror. It reflects the specific data it consumes. This chart shows the training data inside leading language models compared to actual global population distribution. The vast majority of information originates from the US and Western Europe. Using these systems elsewhere means adopting cultural idioms, values, and legal frameworks designed for a different society. Relying on foreign big tech essentially outsources a nation's cognitive infrastructure, eroding cultural identity and handing sensitive industrial data to external platforms. Governments worldwide recognize this vulnerability and are mobilizing to close the loop. The response is sovereign AI, a strategic initiative where a nation builds artificial intelligence using its own infrastructure and domestic data. The UAE provides a clear example. They are building models like Falcon to protect regional context and capture the complex linguistic nuances of Arabic. South Korea is executing a similar playbook with its KAI initiative, where major tech consortiums are developing independent, localized foundation models. Controlling the foundational data layer determines whether a nation maintains its independence or becomes a digital satellite of a foreign power. A sovereign AI operates on a different premise than a global model. Instead of scraping the entire internet, it pulls from a tightly regulated, local pool of information. By ring-fencing local data, the AI grasps regional nuances and regulatory environments. While a global model might deliver a flat, generalized response to a local legal question, a sovereign AI navigates the correct context to provide a precise, tailored output. This localized boundary protects sensitive corporate intellectual property. It keeps industrial secrets out of global training pools, ensuring a company's competitive advantage isn't absorbed by its competitors. Algorithms can be copied and hardware can be bought, but whoever controls the foundational data layer ultimately controls who the AI serves. If localized data provides such a massive defensive advantage, why hasn't every country built a walled-off domestic ecosystem? Extreme technological protectionism leads to the digital Galapagos effect, the danger of evolving in total isolation from the rest of the world. To process data, you need immense compute power. Developing the specialized hardware and massive supply chains required to run these systems from scratch is nearly impossible for a single nation to domesticate. If a country forces its tech sector to evolve in a vacuum, maintenance costs skyrocket, the systems fall out of sync, and their performance rapidly degrades. Strict tech isolationism results in a legacy of expensive, incompatible systems that ensure a nation will be left behind. Leading nations are threading the needle between the open US market and China's extreme lockdown model. They are adopting a third-way hybrid strategy, importing best-in-class hardware, but strictly domesticating the data and model layers built on top of it. Countries are partnering with foreign hardware titans to build local AI factories. The processors are imported, but the data is processed securely on domestic soil. This setup allows for specialized AI agents. Instead of one bloated global brain, hospitals and manufacturers get tailored systems that understand their specific industry rules. This hybrid approach secures digital borders without severing the global supply chains needed to power them. The end game of artificial intelligence is not a single omnipotent global computer. A breakthrough called federated learning allows independent AI models to learn collaboratively across borders. They exchange only mathematical updates with a central algorithm, while the raw data remains locked in its home country. Nations with shared values are moving beyond isolation to form data alliances, securely pooling resources to compete on a global scale. True data sovereignty provides the secure foundation needed to participate in the global network while retaining control over a nation's own identity.